Welcome to New Mexico Black Rifle Operators Union. I'm your host, Sean. In the continuing saga of the MP5 clone that Sean has, I got some of my accessories in today. I got a B&T 4-end, minus the flashlight, thanks to a good listener and a good friend, Randy. I think I have an idea of what light goes in there now that I can take out my little mag light that I have in there with the zip tie. The zip tie was just washers. Not a washer. Used as a washer. That's the best way to put that. I got the brace in today. The brace is way sturdy and usable for its intended purpose, as well as the unintended purpose of shouldering it. I've used it in practice, manipulating the weapon, to see what it was like both ways. What I can tell you is it makes the package that much more cool for me. I'm waiting for at least one more magazine for right now. That's all I'm going to spend until way after Christmas. That was all purchased at the same time that the MP5 was. But it raised a good question for me. How much light do you actually need? You know, my flashlight buddy I was telling you about, guy can tell you like how much light if you tell him how big of a cast you want to throw, how far you want to throw, and how wide. He could tell you. And it raises a good question for like a home defense gun. What do you need for light? And for me, it's just enough to identify the target, what's around it, immediately around it, and what's behind it, immediately behind it. That's all I need. Okay, it can be within, 3 feet. So I don't need a lot of light. In fact, I have 350 lumen lights on my Glocks that are Streamlight or Surefire, one of the two. Both of them are great for what their intended purposes are. This one, I don't suspect I'll need much more than that, if that. So we'll see what that light when it gets here, when I finally pull the trigger and buy it, so to speak. The other thing I got to tell you is you need to check out those gun laws, like I said. I keep trying to lure you in with the cool stuff about culture with guns and stuff, but then we have to talk a little bit about politics. Michigan is now in play, and Michigan is now trying to do gun bans just like everyone else on the left is trying to do. Specifically after Oregon stuff, there's a lot of people feeling the initiative shift since there wasn't a perceived red wave. They believe that that's the green light to start doing that. In New Mexico, that means we need to band together. We need to stay together. We need to go to Santa Fe when it comes up. It will come up in the next session, I guarantee you. Everything else, now that she's been reelected, the governor that it is, they will press this in New Mexico. They always do. And we're in for it for 4 years at least with her. On the other fun stuff, looking around, you know how many movies the MP5 has been in? No wonder why I wanted one so badly. It was in Predator, okay? Name a SWAT movie that you didn't see one in, or a SEAL team, anything where special operations were in it, you can guarantee the MP5 was in it. Of course, it's that time of year we have to think about it. And mine looks just like, except for now it has that B&T place for the flashlight, looks exactly like the one McClane used in Die Hard. I'm excited, except for mine has a brace, not a stock. Until I can get the Form 1 squared away and make it legitimate to where I can put a collapsible stock now. I was concerned about doing collapsible stock to begin with. not because it's not compact or anything, but I've always liked the standard MP5 look, not the one in the movies. I like the standard HK stocks on the guns. I'm weird like that. A lot of people will tell you it has too high of a comb. For my fat cheeks, it works really well. I love my PTRs. My first PTR is named after an ex-girlfriend because it's a raging bitch. She listens too, but she knows she's not always a raging bitch. Anyway, it is decked out for long range, and I have an adjustable stock on it where I can adjust comb if I wanted to, but it's actually kind of just a modified. Well, actually, it's not modified. It's from Fab Defense. It is not the Magpul Cool Guy sniper like PSL1 stock that you could put on the or SG. Is it? No, it is a PSG. Oh no, PSG1. It's the PSG1 is the sniper version of the HK91, I believe. It was used by law enforcement. Anyway, it has this funky like handle with a weight at the bottom so you could lay it flat also. Came with a bipod, an adjustable comb, and like the pool. For its day, it was the Cadillac of sniping for long range or short, like tactical shooting, DMR shooting. That's what I would consider that rifle anyway. I have made some good shots with it. I have yet to regroup it with my newest loads to see how it's going to do with the new optics. I got a rough zero, and for me a rough zero is it's within an inch or two, so 1 or 2 MOA at 100 yards. This is 100 yard or a scope calibrated specifically for the 308, so it has to be zeroed at 100 yards, right at 100 yards. So it's pretty cool. As you can tell, I like the HK style roller delayed guns. I was looking at other accessories for other things, you know. I have family who, all my kids and my daughter, and now her fiance, are into firearms. Their mother is into firearms. My brothers are into firearms. Most of my friends are into firearms. So I can get away with those weird guy package deals or girl deals for like colored magazines or colored flare for guns sometimes. Specifically, oddly enough, my male friends are the ones that like the colored flare more than the girls. The kid's mom used to like pink on her guns. She has since rescinded that and only wants black. That's because that's how I've always taught everyone I've ever trained. Guns belong being black. Or FDE. I've caved on that one point. FDE is kind of cool. Especially in New Mexico with our hot-ass sun. But back to the accessories. Holsters. You know, now's a great time to support those local guys that are trying to, or those small mom and pop businesses that are trying to make holsters and live their 2A life like I am. You know, I'm trying to go the media route. Some people are making products. Lance, I've mentioned him. He's the guy that owns Go Rogue, founded them. Good friend. I plan on getting some ammunition from him. I wish I could find 7.62 Tokarev, but he probably will not service that round because it's not popular enough. At least not right now, till he gets way bigger. But support those guys because, you know, worst case, you end up with local people or people you know will back what they sell. So look for those holsters. Look for those slings. Look for those, you know, JMac Customs. I had a little temper tantrum for no reason. A guy sent out a product. I got it. It was an adapter for my 5.56 AK. Custom made, custom anodized. This is like made to order. This is like Gucci type stuff. When you order boutique stuff, be prepared for shipping errors. That's what happened in my case. That's not on him, that's on the shipper. I shouldn't have been a jackass. I digress. But support those guys. You know, maybe they have something cool. Like the John Wick build. I know that the muzzle devices on that, I have one. They're great. They're called the Quiet Break, is the only thing I can remember about it. But they're, sub $100. Great. And they're made locally in the United States, I believe, by a gun guy. Let's support our community. Let's get past the 2A stuff. Someone who supports the 2A who is a buddy who goes shooting with sometimes, or maybe you go hunting with, or maybe they're just kind of one of those people is on our side. Support their businesses. The only way we fix this country, the only way we fix this world that we're in this day, is for Generation X, my generation, to get up, start leading by example, because we're at that middle age place where Generation Z is already starting to come in. Those are our kids. We need to show them that last step of adulthood. We need to show them how great our country is and where our freedoms and rights reside. Like, share, subscribe, be great.